temple town of Ayodhya is being adorned with flowers, lights, sculptures and wall paintings to give it a divine look ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit today. As the city prepares to welcome Prime Minister for the inaugural projects, folk artists donning traditional dresses gave a lively performance. And later today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the swanky new Maharishi Valmiki International Airport of Ayodhya in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh. A greenfield airport built in record time. The airport is a big step forward in realizing the infrastructure potential of this historic city. Ravi Dhiman has more.
Welcome to Maharishi Valmiki International Airport in Ayodhya. This is an important day for Ayodhya, for it will get air connectivity today when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate this airport in a short while from now. This airport brings in much needed air connectivity to this temple town, and it is anticipated that in coming weeks, months and years ahead there will be a rush of tourists, pilgrims and devotees to Ayodhya to cater to international and national pilgrims and visitors who will throng to Ayodhya. This new terminal building, this new airport has been built. This is the phase 1 which has been completed and will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. This airport can handle around 600 passengers during peak hours. It is spread in an area of 6,600 square meters and has the facility of parking of 8 aircrafts at a time. It can handle Airbus 320, Airbus 319 type aircrafts, and it is with all the modern amenities. The outside structure is inspired by the Ram temple which is coming up in this city, and it has 12 small domes, 1 large dome. On and all, when visitors will visit Ayodhya, when they'll visit Ayodhya via airfare, they'll come here to this city. They will get a real glimpse of modern amenities at this airport and a glimpse of Ram Temple when they step outside. With camera person SP Dubey, Ravi Dhiman, DD India, Ayodhya.
And let's get you more on how the temple town of Ayodhya is getting ready to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
एयरपोर्ट बन रहा है, रेलवे स्टेशन के बगल में, अच्छा लग रहा है, व्यवस्था सब सुदृढ़ हो जाएगा अब अयोध्या के लिए। जय श्री राम। रेलवे स्टेशन का निर्माण हो रहा है, नया एयरपोर्ट भी बन रहा है। यहाँ के लोग या दर्शकगण सब बहुत धन्यवाद दे रहे हैं मोदी जी को।
अयोध्या बहुत सुंदर है और आज एयरपोर्ट देखा जाए, चाहे सड़कें देखी जाए, चाहे अयोध्या के घाट देखे जाए, मोदी के राज में एक राम राज आ गया।
पूरी अयोध्या आज के समय में राममय हो गई। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी, यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी के आने से यहाँ पे एक खुशी की लहर है।
And for the latest DD India correspondent, Ravi Dhiman joins us from the pilgrim city of Ayodhya. Ravi, take us through first the mega infrastructure projects set to be launched by Prime Minister later today.
Well, Shubhendu, I'm standing in one of them. This is the terminal building of the Maharishi Valmiki International Airport here at Ayodhya city. This is a greenfield airport built by the Airport Authority of India. And if you see, something like this would have been next to impossible even to think of a few years back. But given the push, infrastructure push of the NDA government led by the Prime Minister, this is a reality. And a giant step, a giant leap in terms of infrastructure facilities for many tourists and visitors who will throng to this temple city in days, months and years to come. This is an entirely new greenfield airport built by the Airport Authority of India. And if you see, it can handle around 600 passengers during peak hours. This is just the phase 1 that we are talking of. And after that, after the expansion plans are put in place, it will be able to handle much more a rush of tourists, which the government think will happen in a few months' time, few years' time after the pilgrim rush, the footfall here increases. Apart from this, Prime Minister will inaugurate many civic projects and other projects for the city of Ayodhya. He'll lay foundation stone, dedicate many projects which will make Ayodhya truly a tourist-friendly city, a city where the tourists and the pilgrims will have access to basic amenities, where they will have access to most modern amenities, and slowly the capability of this city to handle tourists and inbound pilgrims will increase and match that of any other major pilgrim destination in India.
Ravi, you've been in Ayodhya for the past few days. Give us a sense of the transformation that the erstwhile small town is undertaking now in the run-up, of course, to the Ram Temple.
These infrastructure projects, as I told you, it was completely unthinkable a few years back. And this is just one example of the transformation this city is witnessing. It's a historic city with its own culture, and it has its own religious and cultural importance for many Indians, millions of Indians in fact. And this city is now slowly, realizing that it can become a major tourist hub also. It is close to realizing its true potential as a tourist city, as a pilgrim city in North India. And we've been through to the city. Viewers have seen the glimpse of the new railway station, the renovated railway station, which has been renamed now, which also will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. All these facilities have been ramped up in past few years to make tourists and pilgrims who will throng to this city, make them feel at home, make them give them access to most modern amenities. Apart from these two, connectivity infrastructure, the city itself is going through a major transformation phase. We've been through many places in the city. We have seen many projects which are going. You call it road widening projects or sewage projects. They are going on a very fast and rapid pace, so that in times to come, this city can handle the rush of pilgrims, the rush of international tourists on our way to the airport and on our way to the railway station. We saw many new hotels which were coming up, which are under construction, and they are, trying to rapidly close the construction and start working so that they can cater to the rush of pilgrims here.
And Ravi, since you're at the airport, a little more details about the features. You mentioned it's a greenfield airport, means it's sort of built from the scratch. What kind of connectivity options will it provide to national, international pilgrims wanting to come to Ayodhya?
Well, it is an international airport, Shubhendu, and we are seeing the the detailed plan of the terminal building, the ATC tower, the fire station. It is a very modern greenfield airport. Right now, it can handle 8 aircrafts on the apron. It can handle around 600 passengers during peak hours with the annual capacity of 10 lakh passengers. It has 2 conveyor belts and 4 vehicular lanes on the city side. It's built on around 6,600 square meters. But this is just the phase 1 which has been completed. If we talk about phase 2 and phase 3, the capacity will increase many-fold, because the government of UP and the center anticipate that the tourist rush will increase in years to come as more and more visitors and more pilgrims from national and international destinations, they'll come to visit the Ram Temple, they'll come to visit the city of Ayodhya to get a glimpse of this historic city which has its own religious and cultural importance for millions of Indians. The rush will only increase, so the detailed plans have been made accordingly. and so that it can be expanded in times to come, and the work will carry on. The work will go on for phase 2, phase 3, so that when the anticipated rush really happens, the airport and the terminal buildings are ready to handle that rush. And the terminal inside boasts of most modern amenities. It's just like an international airport. It's been built by Airports Authority of India. The authority will manage the airport as well. And on the outside architecture is inspired by the Ram Temple, which is coming up in this town. It has 12 small domes, one large dome. And on and all, when the visitor will come here, walk through these gates in the terminal building, they'll have a glimpse of modern amenities in this historical city. And the first experience when they land in Ayodhya will really be a memorable one. The entire trip, they would think, is a memorable one. It certainly looks like that. Start with a very welcome step here at the International Airport Terminal at Maharishi International Airport. Yeah.
All right, Ravi, thanks very much for those updates. We'll keep coming back to you as Prime Minister's engagement begin in the temple town of Ayodhya. Moving on, Maharishi Valmiki International Airport marks a giant leap, not only for the city of Ayodhya in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh, but it's also an important achievement for the Airports Authority of India, which has built this special greenfield airport. DD India correspondent Ravi Dhiman spoke with Sanjeev Kumar, chairman.
Today is an important day for the
India.
city of Ayodhya. It will get its first international airport. Also, it's an important day for Airports Authority of India, where swanking new terminal building is to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We have Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, chairman, Airports Authority of India. Mr. Kumar, indeed a very important day for the Airports Authority.
Yes, it's a very, very important day for the Airport Authority of India. We are taking pride in this work of ours because we could implement this work in 20 months. We started this work in the month of March 21. Now December 23, the airport today would become operational after Honorable Prime Minister dedicate this airport to the nation. It's a record of sorts for us, and making a greenfield airport in 20 months has been quite challenging for all of us. I'm thankful to my team working in AI in head office and regional office, and more so at the ground level, the project staff. And I'm also thankful to the state government of UP and district administration for collaborating with us, for helping us in various phases of this project. So
when do we expect full-fledged operations to begin from this airport?
Today 2 flights are landing and 2 flights will take off, and then from 6 again Indigo would land 1 flight, 7th I think Air India Express, and from 10th January onwards both these airlines would start their regular flights.
And finally, we have expansion plans because it is anticipated that rush will only increase to this city.
Yes, we do have expansion plan. Right now this building is only 6,500 square meter. It can handle 2 aircrafts in 1 hour for departure. And we anticipated that demand would be coming hugely for the city. So we have already planned for the next phase, and this next phase would be having a big building of 50,000 square meter and also 20 more aprons. So right now we have 8 aprons, so total would become 26, 27 aprons. So we can handle more than 8 to 10 flights per hour after approval of and execution of the next phase.
So, as the chairman AAI just told us, it is anticipated the rush will increase of devotees, pilgrims here in months and years to come, and Airport Authority of India, with its infrastructure, is ready to handle this increased rush. With camera person SP Dubey, Ravi Dhiman, DD India, Ayodhya.
On to some other stories now. Russia-Ukraine conflict. The Russian and Ukrainian armies continue to exchange fire, with each side claiming to have hit the other's military targets. Air raid sirens sounded throughout Ukraine on Friday amid airstrikes, which the Ukrainian side described as one of the biggest aerial assaults it has faced since the conflict began last February. Russia on Friday launched airstrikes towards Ukraine, killing over 30 people, injuring 160 others. The search for those who may be trapped under the rubble continues, according to the local ministry. Meanwhile, Poland said a Russian missile entered Poland's airspace before heading to Ukraine on Friday. Chief of General Staff of Polish Armed Forces said the missile penetrated about 40 kilometers into Polish airspace early on Friday. The incident occurred during one of the biggest missile and drone attacks by Russia since the conflict began in February of 2022.
A Russian rocket violated Poland's airspace. Our radars traced it until it left Poland's airspace, which was also confirmed by the NATO radar systems. So the rocket actually entered the Polish territory and we sent the jet fighters to intercept it and shoot it down if necessary. But the short time it spent in the Polish airspace and the maneuvers it was making made it impossible to destroy the rocket before it left our airspace.
The United Nations Security Council met on Friday to discuss the situation in Ukraine. The urgent meeting of 15-member council was convened at the request of Kiev and its allies to address the strike. Several council members, including United States, France, Britain, expressed condemnation of the attacks on Ukraine.
We ask all council members here today to join us in condemning in the strongest terms this abhorrent attack on cities and civilian infrastructure across Ukraine. Rather than peace, Putin chose to mark this holiday season and usher in the new year with an unprecedented number of drone and missile attacks against another UN member state.
Meanwhile, Russia's ambassador to the UN, Vasily Nebenzia, asserted in a reply that Russia had exclusively targeted military infrastructure in Ukraine and attributed civilian casualties to Ukraine's air defense systems. And we're heading for a short break, but still to come on DD India News Hour. Israeli army releases video showing new tunnel network of Hamas in Gaza. A red alert for dense fog in Punjab, Delhi, Haryana and Chandigarh.
We are taking a look at the new year, 2024, the major international political and economic scenarios that await us in 2024, and India's major challenges and opportunities in 2024 as it tries to navigate a difficult time.
How do you protect your shipping?
Yeah.
Because your oil prices will go up, insurance rates are already going up. So the question is, how do I protect my interests in the ocean? Which means you have to work with others more proactively. That means we have to coordinate more with like-minded countries. We have to work with other navies to protect, because no country can do it alone.
Correct.
So I think the need for coalitions, for partnerships, will continue to grow, including in the military domain.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. As Israel-Hamas conflict rages on, Israeli army released a video on Friday showing a new tunnel network of Hamas discovered in Gaza. In a statement, Israeli army said the tunnels in the area of Hamas central headquarters were located in northern Gaza Strip and were later destroyed. The tunnels, according to the army, was equipped with electricity network, an elevator, ventilation and sewage infrastructure, prayer rooms and resting rooms.
We found a very significant tunnel network of Hamas, a network used by the senior officials. It's a very deep tunnel network, deeper than previous tunnel networks. This tunnel is different. It has an elevator that goes down a very long tunnel shaft.
Israeli Defense Minister visited an airbase in northern Israeli port city of Haifa, greeting the pilots and the airbase personnel on Friday. During his visit, he praised the Air Force operations as impressive and pledged to continue intensive actions against Hamas until all goals are achieved.
We are conducting intensive actions in the Gaza Strip, which will continue until our goals are achieved. At this time, we are focused on the Khan Yunis area. Our achievements are precise and impressive, and the results are not late to arrive.
And Israel reiterated that it does not limit humanitarian aid into Gaza and that the problem was with its distribution inside of the enclave.
This past Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the UN requested that we close the Kerem Shalom crossing for aid inspections due to congestion on the Gaza side. Israel continues to have excess capacity for the inspection and passage of aid trucks into Gaza, and we place no limit on the amount of humanitarian supplies which can enter the strip. Suggesting otherwise is a fallacy.
Meanwhile, families of the victims of October 7th attack by Hamas at Nova Festival visited the memorial site on Friday to remember the loved ones. An installation of photographs of the victims had been set up at the site of the memorial for those killed or kidnapped. Several people were shot and bludgeoned at the all-night festival held in southern Israel. On to some weather updates now. Residents in California brace for more wet weather over the weekend, a day after massive waves slammed the coastline. A video footage shows residents cleaning up as the wave sent ocean waters rushing into homes, inundating homes and businesses with sand, salt water and other ocean debris. Workers spent Friday morning stacking sandbags in the event that more rain forecast for the weekend combines with strong winds and high tides. Floods triggered by relentless rains have continued to batter Peru as streets in the northeastern part were seen submerged in floodwaters. A video footage shows people using wooden boats through flooded streets. In the Amazonas region, residents of the local province were forced to leave their homes, leaving their belongings behind underwater. Authorities have said evacuation of residents may be required and advise locals to remain vigilant and not to approach the swollen Neva River. Germany battles with flooding amid heavy rains that started since Christmas. Much of the country has been hit by relentless rains since December 25th, causing some rivers to burst their banks, while other streams are close to their breach point. According to weather officials, continued rainfall is expected in some parts of the country for the next few days, but are already affected by flooding. More than 100,000 emergency officers are working with some areas needing to be evacuated, including a safari park, which saw over 200 smaller animals such as monkeys and meerkats evacuated in the last days. The India Met Department has issued a red alert for dense fog in Punjab, Delhi, Haryana and Chandigarh, indicating the highest level of warning. A thick blanket of fog in the national capital resulted in the visibility reduced to a few meters. The lower visibility impacted railways as well, as delays in flights were reported. The cold has intensified in India's capital, Delhi. Homeless people have taken shelter in the shelter homes. The sudden cancellations of flights and trains have affected travel plans and onward journey of many passengers going out on vacations or business meetings. And DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya joins us live from New Delhi with the latest. Tapas, we can see the fog behind you. Just take us through what it is like to be out in the city in Delhi.
Well, it seems that the whole city, in fact, the whole neighboring area is all engulfed in thick fog, and continuing the fact that this has been going on for the last 3 to 4 days, especially since 24th of December. This has been the scenario, and it is expected that it will continue to be so till 2nd or 3rd of December. There is a slight feeble western disturbance that is currently going on, which might result in some sort of a rainfall activity in the upper echelons of in the Himalayan region, but not major impact in the northern western plains. So the situation will continue to be so. The day temperature is continued to be lower than what it is. The minimum temperature though will not exceed much. So if currently the minimum temperature in Delhi, if I tell you it's in Safdarjung it is 11.8, and in Ridge area it's also 11, and it is nearby area. So the minimum temperature is ironically quite high. In generally we see Delhi, the minimum temperature hovers somewhere in the region of 5 to 6 degrees Celsius, but the day temperature, on the other hand, has seen a remarkable low, And that's actually the reason why we see a lot of cold wave condition, cold day condition prevailing in the isolated pockets of the northwestern plain. So that's going to continue for long. And one believes that today also, as you mentioned, the IMD has, has actually come up with the advisory, and they said it's a red alert. And we expected that in the next couple of days, the advisory will stay in the red alert zone. Apart from that, they have also issued advisory for people who are traveling, especially they have given fog advisory for Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, North Rajasthan, and North Madhya Pradesh. And as per that, some airport routes and highways and railway routes will be impacted. There will be some difficulty in driving conditions, especially and which will lead to slower journey time. And they have also asked for taking special precautions if you are traveling somewhere in the region of between 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. because the foggy condition is quite high at that particular time. So advisory coming in from IMD, and we have seen that trains are running late, almost 10 to 12 hours. We have seen the flights getting delayed, sometimes cancelled. So that's something that's going to be the norm till I think 2nd to 3rd of January, when we believe that another strong WMD, WD, that Western disturbance, is expected to change the weather condition, and expected that the foggy condition will improve after that.
Tapas, once again, what does the red alert mean for people in and around Delhi?
Right, so there are color-coded alerts that IMD issues, yellow, orange, and red. Red being the last one, the highest one in terms of deterring people to stay, to go out and stay indoors. So that's something that the IMD issue. But this is probably first time in many years that we have seen IMD issuing red alert for fog conditions. We have seen that they have issued a red alert or orange alert for for cold wave conditions, cold day conditions. They have seen that for cyclones, for rain. But this probably is one of those very few instances where they have issued the red alert, keeping in mind the foggy condition that is currently prevalent. It's actually currently there are pockets in Delhi where the visibility has dropped to almost 100, and in fact in Palam airport it has plummeted to almost 50. So keeping in mind these conditions, the IMD has issued the red alert. As I mentioned, these are color-coded alerts that goes out, red being the highest one, which actually deter people to go out and be cautious of the current scenario.
Tapas, thank you for joining with those updates. And let's now take a look at other stories making news around the world. Marking the first death anniversary of soccer legend Pelé, Rio de Janeiro Christ the Redeemer statue in Brazil was briefly illuminated with a jersey of the iconic player. Pelé was suffering from cancer, died at the age of 82. For millions of Brazilians, Pelé was a national treasure. The soccer star scored a world record of 1,281 goals and is the only player ever to win the World Cup 3 times. Hundreds gathered at Austria's Lake Venezia, the highest bathing lake, as it reopens for ice skating. Normally, western part of the lake can be opened before Christmas. However, due to recent almost spring-like temperatures, it was opened later. Hundreds of worshippers dance, sing as they gather at the Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana beach on Friday to pay tribute to Jimanza, the Afro-Brazilian deity of the sea. Devotees present flowers, letters, beauty products as offerings. And still to come on DD India News Hour. Prime Minister Modi to inaugurate the new international airport in Ayodhya later today. Prime Minister Modi attends conference of Chief Secretaries, says he had fruitful deliberations on wide range of policy-related issues.
In 2023, the world faced unprecedented climate challenges, yet positive strides were made. Join us as we unravel the significant environmental milestones globally and in India. From climate action to conservation efforts, what happened in 2023? Let's find out. At these times, only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendra Ghosh. Our top stories. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Ayodhya today to inaugurate, lay foundation stone of multiple development projects aimed at boosting infrastructure in the temple town. Russia launches airstrikes towards Ukraine, killing over 30 people, injuring 160 others. United States, Britain, France condemn Russia attack at UNSC meet. And in sports, Indian women to lock horns with Australia in second ODI in Mumbai. Team India will leave no stone unturned to level the series. The holy city of Ayodhya in the north Indian state of Uttar Pradesh is set to receive a big boost in air and rail connectivity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Ayodhya today and inaugurate a host of projects aimed at making the town better prepared, handle huge anticipated rush of pilgrims in near future. DD India's Ravi Dhiman gets us more.
The city of Ayodhya has its own historical, religious and cultural importance. On 30th of December, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take an important step that will make this city realize the infrastructure connectivity potential it surely needs and deserves. For in coming weeks, months and years hereafter, this city is going to witness an influx of thousands and thousands of tourists, devotees and pilgrims.
Ayodhya witnessed hectic activity on December 29th as the city made last-minute preparations for the Prime Minister's visit. Roads were decked up with flowers and security agencies did the mock drills for the all-important visit. Prime Minister's visit will herald a new era of enhanced connectivity for this historic town. It will bring gifts of connectivity, civic and developmental projects for this town. Prime Minister will first inaugurate the redeveloped Ayodhya railway station and flag off new Amrit Bharat trains and Vande Bharat trains. The railway station has been renamed as Ayodhya Dham Junction. The station, with a blend of temple architecture and modern amenities, will be a major boon for thousands of pilgrims that come to that temple town every year. The new terminal will cater to the increased rush anticipated in not too distant future.
The main road leading to the entrance of the railway station and to the main lobby rivals that of any international airport. The outside architecture is based on the Nagara temple style, and it is fully complemented by modern facilities and amenities that will be available to the passengers once they arrive in this railway station. So come 2024, all the pilgrims and visitors coming to Ayodhya are set for a pleasant surprise.
Prime Minister will thereafter inaugurate the newly built Ayodhya airport.
With cameraman SP Dubey, this is Ravi Dhiman in Ayodhya for DD India.
India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has concluded his visit to Russia. During his 5-day visit, Dr. Jaishankar called on Russian President Vladimir Putin, held discussions with counterpart Sergei Lavrov. He also met Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov. They had a comprehensive exchange of views on bilateral cooperation in various sectors between the two countries. Various MOUs were signed during his visit. He also interacted with Russian think tanks, academics, and with the Indian diaspora in Moscow. In St. Petersburg, he interacted with Indologists at St. Petersburg University. The minister's visit to Russia provided an opportunity to review ongoing bilateral cooperation and consider ways to further strengthen the special and privileged strategic ties. India's President Draupadi Murmu on Friday prorogued both houses of parliament after the conclusion of the winter session. The President also granted assent to Press and Registration of Periodicals Act 2023 to replace a British era law governing the publishing industry and simplify the process of registration of periodicals. The bill also replaces the Press and Registration of Books Act 1867. The President granted assent to the Central Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Act 2023 and the Provisional Collection of Taxes Act 2023. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the third National Conference of Chief Secretaries had fruitful deliberations on a wide range of issues. They discussed the means of ensuring better service delivery and ensuring good governance for all citizens. In a social media post, Prime Minister said, over the last couple of days, attended the Conference of Chief Secretaries. We had fruitful deliberations on wide range of policy-related issues, also discussed on means of ensuring better service delivery as well as ensuring good governance for all citizens. Prime Minister Modi has hailed the signing of Memorandum of Settlement with United Liberation Front of Assam, saying the agreement paves the way for lasting progress in the state. Responding to Home Minister's social media post informing that Government of India and the Government of Assam have signed a Memorandum of Settlement with the oldest insurgent group of the state, known as ULFA, Prime Minister in a post said, "Today marks a significant milestone in Assam's journey towards peace and development. This agreement paves the way for lasting progress in Assam. I commend the efforts of all involved in this landmark achievement. Together we move towards a future of unity, growth and prosperity for all." Aiming to bring a lasting peace in India's northeastern state of Assam, the central and state government of Assam have signed the long elusive tripartite peace accord with United Liberation Front of Assam, also known as ULFA. The agreement is a major step towards ending the ULFA insurgency and providing stability for the people of Assam. Take a look at this report.
In presence of Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah, a memorandum of settlement was signed between Government of India, Government of Assam and representatives of United Liberation Front of Assam in New Delhi on Friday. On this occasion, Amit Shah said that today is a golden day for Assam when peace is going to be established in Northeast and Assam, which have been bearing the brunt of violence for a long time.
आज मेरे लिए बहुत हर्ष का विषय है कि आज आसाम के भविष्य के लिए एक सुनहरा दिन है। लंबे समय से आसाम ने हिंसा को झेला है। पिछले 5 वर्षों में 9 शांति और सीमा संबंधित समझौते अलग-अलग राज्यों के पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हुए हैं। इसके कारण नॉर्थ ईस्ट के एक बड़े हिस्से में शांति की स्थापना हुई।
The Union Home Minister said on record that more than 9,000 cadres have surrendered and the Armed Forces Special Powers Act has been lifted from 85% area of Assam. He also said that under today's agreement, ULFA representatives have agreed to abjure path of violence, lay down all their arms and ammunition and disband their armed organization. ULFA has also agreed to vacate all camps occupied by its armed cadres, engage in the peaceful democratic process established by law and maintain the integrity of the country. He said that Government of India has agreed to provide a huge package and several big projects for all-round development of Assam.
आज ये समस्या का संपूर्ण समाधान हो रहा है, इसका मुझे आनंद है। उल्फा के प्रतिनिधियों से बात कर भारत सरकार के द्वारा एक बहुत बड़ी अमाउंट का पैकेज और इसके साथ-साथ ढेर सारे आसाम के विकास के प्रोजेक्ट को भी हमने स्वीकृति दी है।
Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma and senior officials of the Ministry of Home Affairs and Government of Assam were also present during the signing of the MOU.
असम के लिए और एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का कार्यकाल में गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी का मार्गदर्शन में हमारा असम का जो शांति का प्रक्रिया ये निरंतर चलते रहा प्रधानमंत्री जी का आशीर्वाद हमारा पास था। आज सक्सेसफुली गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी का देख दिखाव में हमने बोडो एकॉर्ड किया, कार्बी एकॉर्ड किया, आदिवासी एकॉर्ड किया और करीबन 8,756 जो हमारे मिलिटेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जुड़े हुए युवा साथी थे, सारे लोग मेन स्ट्रीम में आ चुका है।
Modi government has signed NLFT agreement in 2019, Bru and Budo in 2020, Karbi in 2021, Adivasi agreement in 2022, Assam Meghalaya border agreement, Assam Arunachal border agreement, an agreement with UNLF in 2023, and today with ULFA. With this agreement, a new era of peace is going to begin for the entire Northeast and especially Assam. Home Minister added that this would not have been possible without Prime Minister Narendra Modi's broader vision of an insurgency-free Northeast.
The Ministry of Home Affairs has declared Canada-based gangster Lakhbir Singh Landa as individual terrorist under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. According to the details, Lakhbir belongs to the Khalistani group Babbar Khalsa International (BKI) and was involved in the planning of a rocket attack on Punjab Police Intelligence Headquarters in Mohali. He was also involved in the supply of improvised explosive devices, IEDs, arms, sophisticated weapons and explosives from across the border to various modules for carrying out terrorist activities in the state of Punjab in India. Across India, a transformative movement is gaining momentum. The Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, the largest ever outreach initiative of Government of India, is bringing the promise of empowerment and a brighter future to the doorsteps of all Indians. The Yatra reached Chhindwara district of Central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh, providing information about government schemes and introducing the Namo Drone Didi scheme. Under this initiative, the government plans to spend around 12.6 billion rupees to provide drones to some 15,000 women self-help groups, aiming to empower women and strengthen the ongoing campaign through drone technology. The Namo Drone Didi scheme demonstrates drone flights, showcasing the technology's potential to bring savings in time, medicines and fertilizers. And now an update on the COVID-19 situation in India. The active cases of corona has increased to 3,997, with 743 new cases of COVID reported in the country in the last 24 hours. 7 people have also reportedly died, with 3 deaths of patients reported in Kerala, 2 in Karnataka and 1 in Tamil Nadu. Let's take a look at other stories making news today. In the Indian state of Telangana, a second version of real-time gold ATM has been installed at Amirpet metro station for the use of metro travellers. Unlike usual ATMs that dispense money, the Gold Sikka ATM dispenses gold and silver coins. The Gold ATM version 2 expands its offering beyond gold alone, and buyers now have the option of acquiring both gold and silver coins. In India, for the seamless transit of timber, bamboo and other forest produce, Union Environment Ministry launched the National Transit Pass System, NTPS. It is envisioned as one nation, one pass regime that will contribute to the ease of doing business. NTPS is designed for user convenience, featuring desktop and mobile applications for easy registration and permit applications. The Wildlife Department has made elaborate arrangements at the Tande Park in India's Jammu and Kashmir to ensure a comfortable and warm habitat for deer. The deer population are provided with natural feeds like fresh leaves, agro feeds, supplements like black gram as well as jaggery, and attended by the medical teams which are sent by the Wildlife Department from time to time. A 5-day island tourism festival is underway in Andaman Nicobar Islands after a gap of 4 years. The festival will continue till 31st of December at 15 venues in the archipelago. The Department of Information, Publicity and Tourism, in association with Department of Art and Culture, is organizing the festival. It is providing a platform to artists from mainland India and Andaman Nicobar Islands. Time for a short break. Still to come on DD India News Hour. Our special report on how online payment app Bheem has changed payment landscape in India.
As we're ready to ring in the new year, 2023 will go down in history as having signaled to the world a more confident, a more assertive India that seeks to leverage its growing clout to push for a more inclusive, a more even world order. We take a look at India's journey in 2023 as it took center stage on the global rostrum. Watch India at the global center stage at these times, only on DD India.
In 2023, the world faced unprecedented climate challenges, yet positive strides were made. Join us as we unravel the significant environmental milestones globally and in India. From climate action to conservation efforts, what happened in 2023? Let's find out. At these times, only on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Sam Bankman-Fried, who was convicted last month of stealing from customers of his now bankrupt FTX cryptocurrency exchange, will not face another trial. In a letter filed on Friday night in federal court in Manhattan, US prosecutors say the strong public interest in a prompt resolution of their case against the 31-year-old former billionaire overweighed the benefits of a second trial. He had faced 6 charges that had been separated from his first trial. These included campaign finance violations, conspiracy to commit bribery, and conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmitting business. His sentencing has been set for 28th of March. Pharmacists in Argentina took to streets on Friday opposing changes to regulation on sale of medicines as proposed by the new government of President Javier Milei. Pharmacists filed an appeal in the court of Buenos Aires to stop a proposed reform that would allow the so-called over-the-counter drugs and specialty pharmaceuticals to be sold outside pharmacies. Protesting pharmacists say the new measure was an encroachment on their profession and that it would undermine public safety. In Belgrade, demonstrations continue over alleged irregularities during a recent ballot. Hundreds of protesters gathered in front of Election Commission building, blocking major roads in the city as they accuse President Alexander Vucic's administration of vote manipulation. The main opposition alliance, Serbia Against Violence, has alleged that fraud took place, particularly in Belgrade. Moving on, this special report by DD India correspondent Tapush Bhattacharya as he unveils the story of online payment app Bheem's journey over the past 7 years. Catch the exclusive report.
Hello tech enthusiasts, today we delve into the digital frontier of Bheem app, the catalyst reshaping India's payment landscape. Let's explore its evolution and revolutionary features. Stay tuned. Bheem, the trailblazer of India's digital payment revolution. Launched on December 30th, 2016 by Prime Minister Modi, it has swiftly become the poster child of India's unified payment interface movement. In a nation traditionally cash-centric, Bheem emerged as a beacon aligning with government's vision of a cashless economy. Unlike other digital wallets, Bheem directly connects to your bank account, eliminating the need for third-party wallets. Accepted by more than 100 banks, Bheem has redefined the landscape of digital transaction.
Originally germinated with the idea of providing paperless and cashless payment system to the people. Bheem provided an open source infrastructure to the fintechs to innovate. Fintechs grabbed this opportunity with both the hands, and hence we see solutions like fast tech payments, insurance payments, EMI collections being done through Bheem UPI, which is making lives of millions of people easier.
The beauty of these transactions are, one, it is happening in tier 2, tier 3 cities and the villages of India. And second, it is happening on the retail spends of the consumer, where we are going to say suppose a local kirana store, or where we are going to a bigger mall. All across different segments are transacting through the UPI. That is what the beauty is.
Bheem UPI has been a pretty interesting innovation for India. With more than 50% of digital payments now being done through UPI, I think it has changed the way businesses operate. If you cut the collection cost, right, or bring the cost of collecting money to a fraction of what you were paying earlier, obviously it's going to have a far-reaching effect. Bheem UPI has been able to achieve exactly that.
Enter Bheem 2.0, launched in 2019. A testament to constant evolution. With features like donation gateway, increased transaction limits, and the ability to link multiple bank accounts, Bheem 2.0 is not just an app, it's a comprehensive financial solution. Speaking of languages, Bheem 2.0 speaks diversity, adding Konkani, Bhojpuri and Haryanvi apart from the existing 13 languages, making it even more accessible. Bheem's global ambitions made waves in Singapore with a successful pilot demo. In 2021, Bheem made history in Bhutan, collaborating with the Royal Monetary Authority. Bheem is a digital revolution, making waves across borders, fostering financial inclusivity and transforming the way India and the world transact. Secure, reliable and at the forefront of innovation. This is Bheem app, shaping the future of payment. With Carperson Naveen, this is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India.
In sports, Indian women will face Australia in the second ODI of 3-match series in the western Indian city of Mumbai. The women in blue are 0-1 down early in the series with a defeat in their previous game. Despite playing at home, India conceded a 6-wicket loss against the visitors in Mumbai. It will be a do-or-die match for the Indian Eves to level the series. And that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. Let us know your thoughts on news of the day. We'll be, of course, connecting with you on Facebook. We are also there on Twitter and Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour. Do stay tuned to DD India as we bring you exclusive coverage of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Ayodhya. That's just a short bit from now. Namaskar.